Good morning, students. Today we will be doing exercise 6.3. In this, we are taking second question, that is, in the figure 6.40, we have been given angle x, that is 62 degree, angle xyz 54 degree. If YO and ZO are the bisectors of angle XYZ and angle XZY respectively of triangle XYZ, we need to find angle OYZ, OZY and angle YOZ. So children, let us see what all things we have been given. We have been given that YO and ZO are the bisectors. That means this angle and this angles will be equal to half of XYZ. That is, angle OYZ will be equal to half of angle XYZ. So what is angle XYZ? It is 54 degrees. So what will be the half of 54 degree? Yes, it will be 27 degree. So what do we get? Angle OYZ as it is 27 degree. We are also given that OZ is an angle bisector. OZ is an angle bisector of X angle XZY. So what will be the value of OZY? So angle OZY will be half of angle XZY. So children, let's take the triangle XYZ. In this triangle, two angles are known, that is 62 degree and 54 degree. We can find the third angle by using angle sum property. So when we add 62 degree plus 54 degree plus angle XZY is equal to 180 degree. This is angle sum property. From this we can calculate what will be the sum of 62 degree and 54 degree. Yes, it will be equal to 116 degree plus angle XZY is equal to 180 degree. So when we subtract 116 from 180 degree, we get 64 degree. So angle XZY will be equal to 64 degree. So we got to know this angle, this is equal to 64 degree. So how much will be OZY? Yes, it will be half of XZY. OZY will be equal to half of XZY, and angle XZY is equal to 64 degree. So what will be half of 64 degree? Yes, it will be equal to 32 degree. So this angles comes out to be 32 degree and this is 27 degree. So we can find this third angle. We need to find this angle OYZ, and this angle is 27 degree and this angle is 32 degree. We can again apply angle sum property to this triangle, that is triangle YOZ. So 27 degree plus 32 degree plus angle YOZ is equal to 180 degree. So when we calculate, we get angle YOZ is equal to 121 degree. See, here is the explanation. When we add 27 degree and 32 degree, we get 59 degree, and we subtract when we subtract 59 degree from 180 degree, we get 121 degree as the answer. taking the question number 5. In this figure, PQ is parallel to RS and SQR is being given as 28 degree and QRT is 65 degree. Then we need to find the value for X and Y. And it is also given that PQ is perpendicular to PS. If PQ is perpendicular to PS, that means that this angle is equal to 90 degree. We have been given that PQ is parallel to RS and QR can be considered as a transversal and PQ is parallel to RS. So this complete angle will be equal to this angle. Yes, alternate interior angle, and this angle is made up of X and 28 degree. So it will be equal to 65 degree. Why? Because PQ is parallel to SR and RQ is a transversal and these are alternate interior angles. So what will be the value of X? It will be equal to 65 degree minus 28. What is the answer? Yes, 37 degree. So X is equal to 37 degree. Again we got to know the value of X, that is 37 degree, and this is 90 degree. So we can find the value of Y by using angle sum property of a triangle. So when we apply angle sum property of a triangle, so all the angles is equal to, sum of all the angles equal to 180 degree. So 37 degree plus 90 degree plus Y is equal to 180 degree. So 37 plus 90, what it is? Yes, 127 degree plus Y is equal to 180 degree. So Y will be equal to 180 degree minus 127 degree. It is 53 degree. So the value for X is 37 degree and value of Y is 53 degree. See, this is how you can solve it. Now let us take question number 6. In this figure, the side QR has been produced to point S. If the bisectors of angle PQR and angle PRS meet at point T, these are the bisectors. These bisectors are meeting at point T. Then we need to prove that angle QTR, this angle is equal to half of angle QPR. So let's start. First of all, we have been given that QT is an angle bisector. So angle PQT will be equal to angle TQR is equal to half of angle PQR. So this can be considered as 1. Again we can see that TR is an angle bisector, RT is an angle bisector. So angle PRT is equal to angle TRS is equal to half of angle PRS. This can be taken as 2. See, this is 1 and 2. We need to prove that angle QTR is half of angle PQR. So if we take the triangle PQR, triangle PQR, we can see that QR is produced to point S. So this will be the exterior angle for this triangle, and this exterior angle will be equal to sum of opposite interior angles. This exterior angle will be equal to sum of interior opposite angles. So what can I write? Angle PRS is equal to angle PQR plus angle QPR. So we can take the value of angle QPR as angle QPR is equal to angle PRS minus angle PQR. This will be the value of angle QPR. So let's take this equation as 3. Again, in the triangle QTR, QR is produced to point S, and this is the exterior angle for this triangle. So for this triangle, this is the exterior angle. So this will be equal to this angle and sum of this angle and this angle. So angle TRS will be equal to angle TQR plus angle QTR. So we can find the value of angle QTR. It will be equal to QTR will be equal to angle TRS minus angle TQR. What is angle QTR? Angle QTR is equal to angle TRS minus angle TQR. So from here we can see that TQR is equal to half of PQR and TRS is equal to half of PRS. We can substitute the value in the angle QTR, means we got angle QTR is equal to, QTR was equal to angle TRS minus angle TQR. So substituting the value for TQR and TRS in this. So angle TRS, what is angle TRS? It is equal to half of angle PRS. And what is angle TQR? It is equal to half of angle PQR. So taking half common, so we will left with angle PRS minus angle PQR. But we know that angle PRS minus angle PQR is equal to angle QPR. See, by applying the exterior angle property in triangle PQR, we got this, and from this we calculated the angle QPR. It is equal to PRS minus PQR. Then again we applied exterior angle property in this triangle, and we came out with this equation, that is angle QTR is equal to angle TRS minus TQR. Then taking the half common, we substituted the value for TRS and angle TQR in this. from 1 and 2. And when we substituted the value, it was half of PRS and half of angle PQR. So taking the half common, we are left with angle PRS minus angle PQR. And we know from the third equation that angle PRS minus angle PQR is equal to angle QPR. So this is how we can prove this question. So children, this is all for today. Thank you.